Hello everyone. Happy June. Happy Pride Month. I don't really know what we're getting up to yet this month, but I do have a couple wrap-up projects from last month. Just using some of my yarn that was left. So my yarn from my two cotton shirts, I just turned into this cute little bowl. And it holds some remotes, because I'd rather look at the bowl than the remotes. But that's just all 5 colors held together. I completely finished off the turquoise. I still have a decent amount of pink and mint. I mean, it's less than a skein. It's not enough to do much with. I think I might make a bandana with it. I haven't decided yet. And then the other thing is the yarn from that beast. We have cats, we have litter boxes, and we're using some rugs under the litter boxes just because we need something there. Otherwise, cat litter's all over the house with these floors. So this is almost as big as that blue rug back there, and that was made with double stranding 2 Karen anniversary cakes. And it's very lovely, very plush, very nice. And it also serves the purpose of stopping the cats from tracking as much litter into my room. And I pick it up once a week and vacuum up all the litter underneath it, and it's great. I personally think what I'm about to show you is fucking hideous. If you like it, more power to you. But I just took the yarn and I double stranded it. Oop, sorry, buddy. I've got soft purple, coral, light blue, and then this is bright orange. This is... not that one. Specifically, Big Twist Cerulean blue. So, in the middle here, this is Big Swift soft purple. Big Twist soft purple. This is coral. Then the blue is cerulean blue. And then this is orange, bright orange, whatever. I took the pink, teal, and yellow colors and put them into like a color generator. And then just shuffled until I got 4 colors I liked. And it's gonna go catch cat litter. Sometimes it's not about making the prettiest, nicest thing. Sometimes it is about accomplishing a purpose. So we have one crocheted rug that my mom made that she really likes, and it's like really nice variegated blue yarn paired with like a really like the perfect sandy beige color, and it's a cute little rug. And then the other one's an old blanket, but we can wash them and then just put them in a different place where they're not this. I don't care if this gets destroyed by cat litter. I don't. I just didn't want to be staring at those 2 skeins of red heart, or a skein and a half, really, of that red heart, all in one quilt motif anymore. It's gone from my yarn stash, which means it's also gone from my mental load. But yeah, that's what we have done 3 days into June. Hello, I think I mentioned this in the last clip, but if I didn't, one of my neighbors put out a like nightstand small dresser thing. It's got 3 drawers in it, and I don't know why there was just some fucking agreement amongst all the people who sold furniture where it's like this weird reddish brown stain that's on like fucking everything, and I hate it. I just hate it. I like a dark brown dye on wood. I do. But it always has this like weird red tone in it. Like they're trying to make fake mahogany or whatever. And I hate it. So I sanded the whole thing down and I'm restaining it. But I live in Florida, so the air is made of water. Which means I just gotta wait So while I'm waiting, I'm crocheting. I have decided I have, if I can grab things, I can't. I'm being very, very talented right now. I have this, and I also have it in green. It is Premier. It's cotton, but it's not 100% cotton. But the point is, I bought these when I bought the yarn that I used to make the Rumi and Mira shirts that I've made. Because you have to get to a certain point to get free shipping. And if I can do that, I will. I don't know. That psychology of if you spend more money, we won't make you pay for shipping, it works on me. It works on me every fucking time. So, giant cone of yarn. And I've decided I'm gonna do one in the knit stitch, and then I would like to do the honeycomb stitch, so I might just practice doing the purl stitch because I don't really know if I want a shirt in that texture. But I'm on row 11, but this is how this is looking in the knit stitch, the Tunisian knit stitch specifically, because I am not knitting, I'm crocheting. And then the back, just the same kind of knitting look. I have done, this yarn is technically a 4, although I would say it's a worsted 4, not an Aran 4. I hate the number system that we use. Just label things worsted and Aran. Like, we have the specific words, just use them. Yarnspirations and Premier and American Yarn. Just anyway, I am using an 8mm Tunisian crochet hook for this. I chained in the 7, and then I used the 8 to start, so I haven't had a lot of shrinkage from like the length of the chain to actually working it up. So that's nice. I started with 91, and then, like I said, I didn't have the shrinkage I was expecting, so I ripped it out, and this is a chain of 81. And I do think it's going to be better up at this point, because I wore the Mira tank top yesterday, and I mean, as far as the yarn goes, 10 out of 10, hit it out of the park. Premier, congratulations. You have one of the nicest cottons I've used. Just straight up. I like Lily Sugar and Cream for bags. It's very good as a structural yarn, but if you want something flowy and comfortable but that's still cotton, Premier Cotton Sprout. It's a DK weight, so it's a 3 weight if you're using the numbers. It's so soft. It does fuzz up a little, so if that bothers you, you might not like it, but it is so soft and so comfortable. And that tank top has quickly moved to the top of my most comfortable tank tops I've made, which is exciting. Like, it's nice to actually be able to witness yourself getting better at something and getting to enjoy the getting better at things. I can't do anything about the teal and purple tank top short of just completely frogging it and remaking it. And I don't know that I want to do that. So I can't fix that one. I could, but I don't want to fix the purple and rainbow one because that yarn was from Hobby Lobby. I don't want to be giving them money. So unless I can, like, find it in a yarn lot or like secondhand, I probably wouldn't be fixing that one either. The third one I made is, do I only have 4? Yeah. So the third one I made is the shell stitch one I made, and that one, the straps have stretched a little bit, but if I want to, I could sew a strap of elastic in there just to cinch it up a little bit, and it doesn't need as much cinching as the underarms did on the Tunisian tank top I made in the last video. So That one's an easy fix. That one's also really comfortable. And I do have enough yarn left over that I could make like the scallop detail on the bottom just a little bit bigger because it likes to flip up, and I might. And I might not. I don't know yet. But yes, this is going to be tank top number 5. I'm just going with the knit stitch in this purple variegated yarn. I do have to say that while I don't dislike this yarn, I would say I like the Premier Cotton Sprout better, but it's fine. Yeah. And that's all I have right now. I would like to do the honeycomb stitch with the purple cone of yarn that I have. But in order to do that one, you need to know the Tunisian simple stitch and the Tunisian pearl stitch. So I might just get that, once I finish this, might get that yarn out and practice the pearl stitch and then frog it out and just make the shirt the honeycomb stitch. This might be my new little hyper focus for a while, is doing some Tunisian crochet stuff. I don't know, I really enjoy the like fabric it makes. I should really just suck it up and learn how to knit, I'm starting to think, but for now, we're going to continue with this. And this super fancy thing I have is, I have, like, a clasp and, like, a keychain ring, so it's got the full spinny. And then this is just a chain that has, like, a key ring thing at the end of it, so it doesn't go all the way through. So I can just pull it and it spins. And because I've got the keychain thing on here, this thing spins 360 so it doesn't get stuck. And I don't know, it's just the way I've found best to work off of cones. This is only the last time I had a cone was when I made the purple and teal tank top, and I didn't have the key, the clippy part that spins all the way around, so I would have to stop and like let it re-unwind. Because I do have a yarn spinner, but the top of the cone is too skinny, and then like sometimes the cone itself would just spin on the stick of the yarn spinner instead of the yarn spinner spinning. I digress. This is my making a solution out of things I have solution. So that's that. And yeah, I was so happy yesterday wearing that tank top because it was just like, it fits good, it feels good, and it's super cute. So yeah. I am frustrated. As you saw in the first clip, when I put my one thing on top of the other set of drawers, I ended up scraping the stain on the top, and then I was cleaning it off, and the stain didn't adhere at all, so I just got the mineral spirits, I washed it off, I sanded out the little scratch I made. It's fine, I will have to refinish the top of that at some point, but that's not today's problem. But there's frustration number 1. Frustration number 2. I steamed this. And it's not very long. And like, there's stretch in it yet. And I might just have to throw it through the wash. But the reason I stopped at this point is because that's all I have. And I would like to make the other half and then problem solve the length issue at the end. But so that's frustration number 2. And this is not a frustration. It's just these are now I'm catching you up on what I've been up to because I haven't felt like filming. I have a lot of orange and brown left over from that fucking butterfly cardigan. I made myself a Japanese knot bag. I need to turn the light on. Have light, peoples. There we go. Japanese knot bag. And then I added some cross stitch on the front. And I'm going to line it with this fabric I have that's just Halloween-y themed. It's not like the best fabric ever, but it will serve the purpose. And one of the things me and my 2 best friends have in common, so we all love Halloween. So I asked them, like, do you want a jack-o'-lantern bag? And they're both like, yeah. So here's the first one. Super cute, super happy. And I'm going to be lining it with this very fun orange glittery bat fabric because it's an excellent fabric. I think this one and the other one I got at Walmart, maybe? But the next one I absolutely got at our dearly departed and beloved Joann's. I took her for granted, and I regret it every day. And my friend for this one had 2 requests. She wanted the face to be the jack-o'-lantern from the Halloween movie because she's a big movie person. And 2, she wanted the handles to be green instead of brown. So I did my best with the face. That's as good as I can get it. She likes it. That's all that matters, right? And then as far as the fabric goes, got this lovely pumpkin fabric. I don't know if I'll have enough for the bottom, but I have a plan for that. But I don't feel like sewing because I'm frustrated and grumpy, which is never a good place to go at sewing from. Ever. So, there's that. I also asked them both, and they would both like a copy of my friend here. But I used all the stuffing in that thing, so we gotta wait. So what am I gonna do now? I think I'm going to start the other panel up for this purple tank top. And I'm hoping, because here's the thing. I weighed this, right? And this cone was originally 14 ounces, and this is like 6.5 ounces. So we're pushing it. And, again, there's more stretch here. I pinned this out and I steamed it. But, it's just, I don't know. I might just end up, like, reworking these. I don't know. I don't know yet. I just don't know. But I'm not going to weave in any of these ends, while I wait for that. Other things. Relevant things. I don't think I have anything else going on right now. But going back to the new furniture, in that 3-drawered thing that I found and refinished and have to fix the top on again, but I'm not dealing with it right now because I'm not in a good place mentally to be doing that. In that thing, I had all of my fabric in various places, and now I have it all folded up nicely. It's all in that drawer set. Which also means I could get rid of some stuff. So, like, being able to use my sewing setup will be a little bit easier because I'll have, like, room for my feet. Otherwise, I don't know. So, I'm gonna go use the rest of that cone and hopefully figure out a solution to make this fucking tank top long enough. Because, like, width-wise, it's, like, perfect. Width-wise. What? This is a terrible tank top to wear underneath it because this is very high. Like, width-wise, it's perfect. But, like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's like, I have the feeling it's going to be, like, technically long enough, but not comfortably long enough, and maybe ride up a little bit. And that absolutely means I won't wear it, because that shit drives me nuts. But I don't want to have to buy another cone of this. I should look and see if they sell it as not cones. That's what I should do. I'm going to go do that. Hello. It's been almost a week. And, let's get some light in here. Here we go. Hi. I have accomplished nothing since the last video I made. Last time I talked to you guys. I kind of lost motivation on the purple top because I don't have enough yarn. I did look on Premiere. They do sell it in little 2-ounce balls, but you have to buy 3 of them at a time. So that's probably how I'm going to solve that problem, but I just, like, on occasion, my brain sees a problem and it's like, we can overcome this. And on other occasions, it's like, I'm just going to not deal with that right now because I do not want to. And that's where the tank top got put. I have not made these for my friends, but I do now have stuffing, so that is progress on that front. And I have the bags out by the sewing machine. I wrote down how big I need to cut the things. I have a template for the circle for the bottom. I just haven't done it. I have been playing video games, and because of where my TV is and where the window is, I've had, like, the shade shut, and I don't think I've been doing my mental health any favors with what I've been up to for the past week, so I'm not feeling super motivated. We are going out of town at the end of this month for my brother's birthday, so this video is probably going to be really, really short, which makes me feel really, really bad because we just hit 50 subscribers, and the idea that 50 people want to see anything I have to say or do blows my mind. If I had to stand up in front of all 50 of you in, like, a classroom and talk, would not go well. So, thank you for being here. I do really, really appreciate it. It's just not helping my complete and utter lack of crochet motivation. On that note, when I bought the stuffing, I also bought a pack of 4 1-inch thick foam pads, and they're, like, square, because I think I want to make a couch for Cinder. Gitch will come in here and she will find a place to lay down. There's a blanket behind my chair on the ground. She likes to sleep on that. She'll go up on the bed. If I'm in that chair, she'll come sit in this chair and sleep. She is happy to find a place to be. Cinder wants to stare at me. And it's creepy and it's unsettling and he needs to knock it the fuck off. But I figure if I give him a place to be, if I make him a couch to lay on, at least he will lay on that and sleep. Because if he has a place to be, it's fine. He just doesn't like to find one. Like, if I put him in this chair, he'll sit there and he's fine. But he won't get in it on his own. I blame the fact that he's orange, and therefore has no brain cells that do anything other than be a nuisance. So, that is on my docket. As far as, excuse me, I just ate lunch. As far as the rest of this video, I have no idea what's going to be happening, what's going on. I would like, my very, very low goal is to make 2 of these Rise plushies for my friends and to finish the pumpkin bags. And if nothing else gets done, we're going to call it a win and we're all going to be happy for me is what we're going to do. But Yeah, I'm gonna go outside and experience the sun a little bit and also water our plants because Florida be Floridaing. The sun is hot, the air is hot, the air is wet. It's a bad time. And it's only June. It gets so much worse before it gets better. But yeah. This is my 5-minute long update to tell you I have accomplished nothing in the past week.
Okay. Updates. One, I cleaned up my room. Not something that you all needed to see, but I did it for me. I picked up stuff. I put stuff back where it belonged. I folded a bunch of stuff in my closet. Not interesting, not fun to watch, but it was important, and I do feel better having done it. I have made one rise. Um, the eyes are a little up close. Otherwise, I think he turned out really cute. I do still have to do the details on the brim of the hat, but I ended up making all of these dots and the blush and the eyes out of yarn and sewing them on, as opposed to mine, which is felt that I glue sticked on. Simply because this guy, like everything that's attached to this guy right now, is going to stay attached unless you give this to a dog. And I don't think either of my friends plan to do that, seeing as neither of them have dogs. So, one rise down for the most part. I do have to make another one. I still have to do the lining for those bags, but progress was made. I moved some things because sometimes stuff gets rearranged and I just have better ideas for where things can be. So my fan is over there now because that corner of the room, especially with the PlayStation, gets so freaking hot. So now there's air circulation happening. So that's a bonus. I refilled my Febreze plug-in. It smells so fucking good in here right now. Do I do that every time it runs out? No, I don't. But yes, progress. I also changed out the blanket on here to my hexagon blanket. Not that anybody but me cares, but there you have it. Just because the cats tend to sit in that chair with me a lot, and so the whatever blanket I have over the chair, which I also have over the chair because the cats sit there a lot, so they don't claw it. It gets gross, and I sit there and I eat there a lot, and it's just, life happens. So that's the update on that. And then I was working on the tank top a little bit. I do have it here. And again, if I do you see the immediate like death of wanting to do anything with this? Because it'd be a super cute, this is my belly button, it'd be a super cute crop top, but I'm not really a crop top person. So yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Because if I do get more of this, I'm gonna have to take off the straps and make it longer from because that's the way this works. And I'm not feeling very motivated by that. So that may not get done this month or ever. Who fucking knows? I don't. Not me. So updates. I did things and I feel better. Sometimes, okay, here's my thing. Here's my theory. My feelings on life. People are both like plants and like computers. You do need sunlight. You do need water. Those are important. If you haven't had them in a while, go have some. Go outside, look at the sun, drink some water. It's good for you. Unless you're allergic to the sun, ignore me. People are like computers, as in, we got to defrag. You got to take some time, you got to chill, you got to cool out, you got to let your brain just. And then you got to pick up all the little stuff that's just clogging up the brain. That's why I folded all my laundry and I picked up stuff around my room, and it's like defragging your brain. Just defrag your room, defrag your space, pick everything up, make it a little bit neater. It doesn't have to be level 10 cleaning. Put 5 things away, or clean up 1 2-foot area. However you got to do it for you. But this is me telling you to take care of yourself and go do the things that need to get done. Because sometimes I have to tell myself these things. And I did. So here we are. I should not. Absolutely should not. But I think I'm going to start the cat couch. Because it's the only thing that I really want to work on. I don't want to make another rise right now. My Ami urge only comes like once in a blue moon, and then I make a giant ass tiger that just lives in my room now, and I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm done rambling. Goodbye. All right. So I have started my little couch. I still had 3 skeins of this freaking yarn left. I made a queen size blanket and my little polar fleece with this yarn, and I still had 3 skeins left. So, cat couch. This is the base. It looks really nice and puffed up at the moment, but it's 2 pieces of foam folded over, and I need it to be wider on either end. But the pack I bought, excuse me, the pack I bought only came with 4 pieces of foam. So I want to have one for the back and then the other, I think, for the arms, because this little couch, the way it's built up, doesn't have cushions. So I think I can just stuff, like, because I have the 2 pieces of foam folded over, making kind of like a tube in the middle here. So I'm thinking I can stuff into that tube of foam with my polyfill. But in order to do that, I have to make another one of these guys first, because I've only made one more. And as you can see, I still have to finish his hat with the little rockets and the stars. But yeah. So I have to make another one of these before I can finish the cat couch. It is appropriately sized. I think Cinder will fit on it very well. Whether or not I can actually convince him to use it is an entirely different problem. If he doesn't use it, one of my other cats will, so I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, progress! Well, I can happily say that he seems to like it, even though I haven't finished it. He does keep trying to lick the floor. I don't know what that's about. What do you think? What do you think? Do you have anything to say, sir? gonna make him a little blankie to go with his little couch. Probably just gonna go granny square with it, maybe granny rectangle. I like granny squares. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna make him a little blanket, and he does really like it, and I swear he will be sleeping on it sooner rather than later. He just wants to be in my lap right now, and that is not happening. Very hard to crochet with you in my yarn and on my yarn, which is where you like to be. But anyway, we're gonna make a blankie for him. The pattern does come with pillows to put along the back of the couch, but I don't think he'll need them, and I used all the stuffing in the couch because it'll squish down. It's in between the foam. I kind of made like the tube with the foam, and I put a bunch of stuffing in the middle. So I have a feeling through use it will squish down a little bit, which is why I just put all the stuffing in there. But yeah, I'm gonna make a blanket.
All right, updates. We've got one. We've got two. 3 little guys. So finished those today, and the part I sewed one of them together today, and then I had to do the top of both of their hats. So those guys are done. Other things that have gotten done today. I beat my video game. Not relevant to the crochet progress, but it is a fact. I did beat my video game. Here is what's going to happen for the rest of June. The last weekend of June, when this video goes up, I will be on vacation and not her. So I have a project packed up for that, and that is going to be based on a video I watched a few days ago, and I was all prepared for the thing I want to talk about that I'm going to be doing in July. And am I prepared to talk about the things I have done thus far this month? Ew, why would we? I'll link this below, but this video is by maybe Bray, maybe Bree. I don't entirely know. She was. I'm not going to be doing this exact pattern, and I'm not going to be following the pattern she followed. I'm just going to be following the style of the pattern. And in it, she's using up a bunch of crochet thread, and I'm not going to be working with a yarn that thin either. But she makes this really cute tank top. And it is essentially a row of solid double crochets and then a row of mesh stitch. And it's worked side to side. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to start it at the very least on my trip, I think. I'm just going to bring that so I have one project to work on, and that'll be good. Other things. I did, in fact, order more yarn from Premier to get that purple Tunisian knit stitch tank top to the size I want. So for the back panel, I'm just going to go. And if I finish off the cone, whatever, that'll be how long I want it to be. And then I think my plan is to take the straps and top off of the other panel I started and then put them onto the back panel, or the panel I'm currently working on. And then when I ordered 3 2-ounce skeins. That's 6 ounces, and the cone is 14 ounces. I'm hoping that's enough yarn. I hope the fuck that's enough yarn. And so I am going to pray that the dye lots match, because that's a whole other thing I don't want. And I have a cone of that in green too. So as long as I was buying, I also bought 3 more. I bought the 3 little skeins in the green too, so I can actually make something that I can wear. And then I ordered some yarn for the project that I have ready and pulled up. And I'm sure a bunch of you have seen it. I'll put a picture the Luna cardigan by Miss Moon in Heaven. And here's the thing. I don't want to do her patterns. I don't want to do the checkerboard pieces. I don't want to do the sleeve exactly the same either. I just kind of that vibe. And I do know from watching both a couple of her videos and watching some other people make this cardigan that it is made in strips of squares, essentially. So you make 5 strips, 4 for each side, and then a short strip that is your middle back. And then for the arms, she just does a little bit of color blocking with them. I haven't decided what I want to do for the arms, but I am excited about the yarn I got, and I have a plan, and I'll explain all of that in next month's video. But that is also what I got some yarn for. And I think that's it. I think that's all the yarn I got. Let me double check. Yes, that is all the yarn I got. Cat couch in use. We love to see it. That thing is a rousing success. I'll probably have to make another one because we have more than one cat. But yeah. It's super cute. It's super functional. My friend is commissioning me to make one for her cats. That'll be in next month's too, because I'm coming to find out about myself that I do not enjoy making the same project over and over, and that's a little ridiculous considering I've made like nearly a dozen hexagon cardigans. But I think with that, it was just a lot of figuring out all the ways I could alter it to make it fit me the way I wanted best. And now that I have that figured out, I've done it repeatedly. I'm good. I'm good on that one, which is why I haven't really had the urge to make another hexagon cardigan. The other thing I have to do, and my plan is, it's Friday, the 19th. My plan is on Monday. We're going to get up and we're going to put on our big boy pants and we're going to sew shit. We're going to sew the lining into those jack-o'-lantern bags I have to finish. And then they're going to be done. Yeah. So that's, I think, everything that's outstanding. Because I have finished one project. This video. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes it just, brain is like, you know what? All of the things were good, and now I'm not entertained by any of them, and we need to do different things. I think it's the heat. The heat has really caught up to me the last week, especially. It's so hot and so humid to the point where you're like immediately covered in like a thin layer of sweat, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate being cold, and I will pick this over being cold all day, every day, because snow and ice and 47 layers of clothes to go outside and not die is too much for me. If I didn't have air conditioning, we may have to revisit that little discussion, but I do. Other things. I had one more thing I was going to share. What was it? I don't know. It's gone. Yeah. That's where we are. Oh, I did not share it when I was talking about the cat couch, but I will have in the description box below a link to where you can purchase. It's 3 patterns. So there's that couch I made, another couch that's very similar shaped, and then a round, like circle style swivel chair couch thing. And so that'll be linked below. It, I think at the moment, is on sale. Let us see, let us see, let us see, let us see. Where can we buy these? It's through Annie's Attic. And digital download, it's $7.99 normally, and right now it's on sale for $6.39. I don't know if it will be on sale when this video goes up, but the difference between the couch I made, which is technically the blue couch, and the green couch, which looks very similar, is the green couch actually has like couch seat pads. And then this one I was supposed to make 3 little pillows to be like the back of it, but I don't really think it's necessary. And it's like the perfect size, because like he's all curled up on there and he's not hanging off the edge or anything. But even if he sprawls, he's still good. He's still got the space. And Gidget, my other cat, who's a little bit bigger than Cinder there, also fits on it. So I think it's fine. The other thing is these patterns call for straight foam stuffing, like the base of it anyway. And for mine, I didn't do that. I took my foam and I kind of folded it together and made a tube and then stuffed the inside of that tube with some polyfill and then sandwiched some foam on the sides because I had to cut down the foam for the armrests. So it's my couch is a little overstuffed and a little not so square looking, but Cinder does not seem to care at all. So the final dimensions on that couch, the pattern says it'll be 21 by 11 by 14, and mine ended up just a little bit bigger. I also kind of fucked that up because it calls for you to do alternating single double crochets, and I didn't realize until I was completely done with the first panel that I was doing singles and half doubles, and I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things. So that ended up 24 inches by 17, and then it's 10 tall. So the blue couch should be 21 by 11 by 14, and it ended up 24 by 10 by 17. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to gauge. I wasn't doing the correct stitch, really. It's It's couch for the cats, and it works. I've been rambling now for 12 minutes. I am going to stop now. I don't remember what the last thing I wanted to say was, and it's going to drive me nuts just as much as it's going to drive you guys nuts. So that is where we are in life.
All right. Because of who I am as a person, I need to have a goal in mind when working on something. And it's a big reason why I don't like doing the first half of a project very much, because it's just a lot of stop, try it on. Does it fit? No. Keep going. Rinse and repeat. And I'm not about that. So what I have here is my original tank top. Straps go up to here, just kind of holding it in here. And this is the 20 rows I have worked for the new panel, and I just kind of pinned them together with bobby pins. But I think that is it. That is the goal. We're going to go for 70 rows on the body here. And then obviously I have to take the straps off this one, add the 20 rows, add the straps back, yada, 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 yada. But I'm going to see how far I can get with the cone. Like I said, I did buy more of this yarn. I just, where it stops right now, this is my belly button. So it's not going to do it for me. I am, not that I have an issue wearing crop tops, but I don't tend toward picking crop tops out of my closet to wear unless I'm like going out, because they're not what I choose to wear. They're not what I default towards wearing. So there's very little point in me putting the amount of effort in to make something that I'm not going to wear. So I have to wait for that yarn to come in, and while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to work on this. And yeah. And now I have a goal. I have a goal for 70 rows, which means I can like lock in and focus. Because without the goal, it's just like, I don't want to be doing this. Sometimes you can go to therapy and do the work and like change parts of who you are as a person. And sometimes it's just learning to work around who you are as a person, learning to work with who you are as a person. So it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but me. It makes sense to me. So there we are.
I did what I said I was going to do today, which means I did adult things. I sewed. I did not record any of it because I could record it or I could actually do it. That's what the options my brain gave me this morning. So I'm just going to show you the final results. So let's start with mine. Very cute, very happy. Now, this was the first one I made, so if you compare it to, say, this one, you can see on this one on the side here, twist. See how the split here goes down into the orange? I didn't do that on this one because it was my first try. So the brown on this one is longer than the stems on the other two. But this is mine, and if we pop it inside out here, it's like super generic Halloween words font fabric. Like there's no, I just, I think it came in a pack of Halloween fabrics I got. It was like, I liked all of them, and then that one was also there. But for the inside of a bag, love dark fabric because I am a fucking disaster. And it will get stained, so let's just forego all problems and make the inside black. This is the second one I did. This is for my friend. For my friend who I made the blanket for. And I stuck the rises in here so I didn't lose them. But she picked out this glorious bat fabric, which does have orange glitter on it. Turn on the big light, maybe you'll see it. There's some big light. Oh yeah, you can see the glitter. So this one turned out fabulous. And I did these by sewing the tube closed, sewing the tube like this inside out, and then I pulled it down, and then I added the circle on the bottom. So when I did mine, I left the hole that I had to pull everything through just a itty bitty bit too small. So that was a pain in the ass. And on these two, I left it a little bigger. And oh boy, howdy, oh so easy. So that's what she's looking like on the inside. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Ta-da! And I did it, you can see the stitching on this one. And I did change it up on the next one. But I'm figuring out what I'm doing. Okay, figuring it out as I go. I don't have orange thread for some fucking reason. I have every other color under the sun, but no orange. So I'm working with what I got. But this is this one. I think these all turned out super cute. I'm not gonna lie. And then we have, of course, the Halloween-themed Halloween bag. Like Halloween the movie. This is supposed to be the pumpkin face from that. Because the friend who asked for this one, huge movie junkie. So with this fabric that this friend picked out, I did not have enough to do the bottom in the same fabric, but we've got this lovely pumpkin fabric. And then on the bottom, I had 3 of these, and the packet came in. I have 2 of every other one. So I just used it because it was extra. And like, again, it's way down in the bottom of the bag where things go to die. Make it black. Make it stain proof. So that's how these go. And on this one, I didn't use the dark brown, because I don't have the dark brown, but I used a lighter brown, and it blends in to the orange so much better. So I learned things on all of them. On mine, I learned make the hole bigger. On the second one, I learned different top yarn. this one was, you should have finished it before lunch when you did the other two. Because, oh boy, taking a break never goes well for me, especially when I'm sewing. On another note, I have a ball like this big left of that purple. I did get my shipping notification today, so the rest of the purple is on the way, but that'll get finished in next month's video. Quite frankly, this is the end of the video. It's all we got left. Because I will be out of town on the weekend that this comes out. So I'm going to spend the rest of the week editing this video together, and I'll have it out for you guys. And then next month in July, we will finish the purple Tunisian crochet top. I'm going to be starting a tank top whilst I'm away. I have a to-go project all set up and ready for me. I have the sneaking suspicion the yarn is going to arrive while we're gone. So, unfortunately, I don't think I can show you any of that. So we'll do that in the next episode, vlog, video, journey, if you come back next time. I'll have a little mini yarn haul, and then I have a cardigan I want to make with the yarn I bought that wasn't the green and purple. So I'm so happy with how these came out. I'm really happy with how the cat couch came out, and so are the cats. I put it out in the living room for them. It'll probably end up back in here, but if I leave it in here, my mom's cat, Jasper, he's physically the biggest cat in the house. He's also the youngest cat in the house, and he is an absolute baby. He has no backbone. He has no desire to fight or defend for anything. He just lets the other cats bully him, frankly. So having it out there is the only chance he'll ever have to be on it, if the other cats get off it long enough for him to do that. I made the 2 rises this episode. What else did we do? Did we finish anything else? So July, the heat. I don't know what it is. I've lived in Florida for 7 years now, but this year, the heat absolutely kicked my ass. And again, it's only June. It's only June. So, not looking forward to that. But, yeah. So we've got these. Oh, come on. Mine doesn't have anything in it, so it's all collapsy. Whereas the other two, they hold moons. Can I? This green yarn, I don't know if you can tell either, is a little stretchier than the brown yarn. All right. There we go. All 3 of these up. And, yeah. Thank you for watching. If you want to, like, comment, subscribe, do YouTube things to the YouTube videos that you're watching on the YouTubes. Otherwise, I appreciate everybody who watches. I appreciate the 50-ish people who are subscribed and want to see what I'm doing. I don't understand. But I'm happy you're here. And I will see you all next month. Bye.